is it looking?
I just.
Okay.
But this side is Shuisha.
It's a school environment. I want to move small. Is it okay? Assalamu alaikum, you guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is another episode of the Ramadan videos, and I hope you enjoy. So this inspiration came to me, actually. I'm calling inspiration. I don't actually know what I should call it. So in my first video this year, when I was making New Year resolutions and plans like that, I said I wanted to study the Quran. So I have an English Quran, and I started looking into meanings or like stories in the Quran, and I was like, yeah, why not share it? Since, to be honest, I didn't really know what to do this Ramadan as content.
One week later.
So I just decided to close my eyes, open any page the Quran would lead me to, and that is what I'm discussing today. So the page I opened is in Surah Al-Kahf, and it's the story of the people of the cave, and we're going to look into it, the lessons about their entire life, the story, and I hope you learn and enjoy. It took me to ayah 17 in Surah Al-Kahf, and you might have seen the sun when it was declining to the right from their cave, and when it set, turning away from them to the left. I just want to start with the entire story of the people of the cave. Ashab al-Kahfi, as they are known. Imagine an entire surah named after you. Like, that's the way that their story is very, very important. So I made some jottings of what I want to say. At their time, everything happened before the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. At that time, they had this wicked ruler that was killing people who believed in God and things like that, and they were trying to find a solution to the problem because they were going to be killed if since they refused to not believe in God, and they decided to flee. They decided to flee from the city to go and look for where to hide and to think and to ponder about a solution. When I opened this cafe, I was like, okay, I want to look into videos to really understand the entire story very well, because the only thing I fully remember about Ashab al-Kahfi was a Hausa film we watched when we were small. I watched videos talking about the entire thing, so I understood it better. A narration states that they didn't know each other till they all went to the cave and they met there, and they're like, this person, and that's where they met, in the cave. While another narration states that they actually knew each other and they went together. Whatever it is, only Allah knows. But then when they went to the cave, they stayed there. They were probably thinking or probably wondering what to do next, because obviously we can't live in this cave for the rest of our lives. And they prayed to Allah. They asked for Allah's help, and they said, Rabbana atina min ladunka rahma. O our Rabb, grant us mercy from you and make our affairs easy for us. And Allah answered their prayer and made them to sleep off, sleeping beauty, as he said. There is a confusion or a debate about the actual number of them, and Allah kept it hidden deliberately. They spent 309 years in the cave, asleep for 309 years, not 3 days, not 3 months, not 30 years, not 30 days, 30 months, no, 309 years. Subhanallah. Wow. While they were asleep in the cave, the sun rays didn't really affect them. That's what the verse says. The first verse I opened when I read the Quran. وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ إِذَا طَلَعَتْ تَزَاوَرُ عَنْ كَهْفِهِمْ. Let me read from it. And you might have seen the sun when it rose declining to the right from their cave, and when it set turning away from the left. A video I watched stated that happened. Allah made that to happen so that it will preserve their skin for the time they were there, while they lay in the midst of the cave. That is one of the ayats, proofs evidence, that's ayat of Allah. He whom Allah guides, he is rightly guided, but he whom he sends astray, for him he will find no wali, that's guiding friend, nobody to lead him to the right path. So if Allah does not guide you, you cannot be guided. That was it. Allah guide all of us. And you would have thought them awake, whereas they were asleep. That if you saw them, you would actually think they are awake, because a narration says that their eyes were wide open and they looked like they were awake, but they were asleep. And we turned them on their right and on their left sides. That's from time to time, so they'll turn. Because imagine sleeping on one side for 309 years. Because there are days that you just be on your bed, you just don't lie down correctly, and you wake up with aches and everything. And then Allah turned them from time to time on their left side, their right side, and their dog stretching forth his 2 forelegs at the entrance of the cave. So he was like a guard by the cave, with the way he slept there. Had you looked at them, you would certainly have turned back from them in flight. That you would have actually been very scared if you saw them in that situation, and you'd have run away for your life. Likewise, we awakened them from their deep sleep, that they might question one another. A speaker from them said, "How long have you stayed here?" They said, "We have stayed perhaps a day or part of the day." I mean, who would guess that they slept for more than 2 days? Even you can't even sleep for an entire day. Like, you literally get tired of that. If it's not that you're extremely sick or you took a kind of medicine or something. So they believed that they slept for a day or part of a day. They said, "Your Lord knows best how long you've stayed here. Allahu a'lam. So send one of you with this silver coin of yours to the town, and let him find out which is the good lawful food." They woke up and they were hungry and they were trying to look for food, sending their friend, "Okay, but be careful, don't let them catch you, just be careful, go with this coin and go and get food." Lo and behold, they did not know what was happening. For if they come to know of you, they would stone you. They thought that their wicked ruler was still there in search of them, and if they come to know of them, they would stone. And thus we made their case known to the people, that they might know that the promise of Allah is true, and that they can be no doubt about about Judgment Day. So when they came out, imagine seeing somebody from the 60s. Like, their outfit would look very different. And they are coming with coins. Let me say that coin that we did spend or I didn't spend, as the case may be. They are coming with coins saying they want to buy food. That's just a few 40 to 50 years ago. But these people slept for 309 years. So you can imagine, you just see somebody dressed in a weird kind of way, maybe baggy everything. I don't know what people at that time used to wear. Then holding a coin saying they want to buy food. Everybody just be like, Oga, are you okay? That kind of thing. So Allah made them known, because everybody now turned and they're looking at them and they're like, what are they saying? Who are these? What are they wearing? What are they holding? What are they saying? It's like just a different foreign alien from the normal people that are currently there. So they were taken to their king, and I think it's from there the king was able to, when they saw the money, the king was now able to understand that these people go way back. In fact, it cannot be calculated. A few days after that, let me just cut the story short. The main thing from this entire story is showing how powerful Allah is, and Allah will do what He wills. It's just like kun fayakun, and showing how powerful your prayer too can be, your dua can be. For they asked Allah, Rabbana atina, they asked Him, Ya Allah, please assist us, Ya Allah, please help us, so that they can find a solution to their problem. And that was Allah's way of helping them. He just made them sleep. Just khalas, kun fayakun. It just happened. What do we learn from this story? First, Allah deliberately did not state their number, so people would stop arguing and people would stop saying, no, there are 3, there are 4, there are 5. So this shows that we shouldn't waste our time on things that really don't matter, and we should concentrate on things that matter. Second, keeping like minds, keeping friends that think positively. Keeping friends that think positively is very important. Imagine you and your group of friends can actually sacrifice and be like, let's go and hide and think of what to do and this and that and that, and your friends are ready to fight for Islam or fight for whatever it may be, whatever case it may be at that time, and things like that. You should seek for knowledge and guidance. That's also a lesson you learn from this story. For they were knowledgeable and they knew they were not ready to give up their religion for whatever case it may be, even at the sake of their own lives. Are you willing to take chances as they did? Do you feel like you can do something like that? Not only for Islam, I'm not even talking religion. Like, what risk are you willing to take in your life that you can sacrifice this, or you can do this, you can take a very big decision that can change your entire life? This is very important. Ayah 23 says, and never say I can do anything. I shall do such and such tomorrow, except with saying if Allah wills. Don't be like, I want to go out tomorrow without saying inshallah, because it's when Allah wills that anything will happen to you. And remember your Lord when you forget and say, it may be that my Lord guides me to a narrow way of truth than this. There's nobody helping Allah to decide. He doesn't need an assistant. He just says kun fayakun. And recite what has been revealed to you, O Muhammad, of the book, that's Quran, of your Lord. Recite it, understand and follow its teachings, and act on its orders, and preach it to men. None can change his words, and none will you find as a refuge other than him. This story is actually very beautiful. When how the revelation came about, they said it's when people were attacking Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, saying, okay, since you claim that you know things and you claim this, tell us what happened to the people of the cave. And Allah revealed this part of Surah Al-Kahf, and he told them, and that's when they now start arguing about, oh no, was it so years, or oh no, was their dog black or white, or how many years they spent, or how many they were, and things like that. The beauty of learning the stories in Quran, it's really nice, because at times we just read the Arabic without actually learning the things in the Quran. And Allah has stated in Surah to Yusuf that in their stories there are lessons for those with sound intellect. In their stories there are lessons for those with sound intellect. That means the stories of Quran have so many lessons, and if you could abide by them, your life will be smooth, Jerry. Life is just going smooth, that kind of thing. Life is always smooth. You guys, I want to end this video here. Pick up the Quran today, like whether it's English, Hausa, whatever language you understand best. There are Qurans in various languages, and there are apps that have translations. If you don't have a copy of this, and study, like just open a place, just be reading it and be smiling and be enjoying it, and even go further to fully look into the stories and maybe watch videos to understand it better, because Imams will still give you further explanations and further narrations on top of the matter again. So don't forget to click the subscribe button. Say subscribe button. Oh my god.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you so much for watching.
Say Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.